Hi guys, welcome back. So let's get into week 3 and week 4 quickly and complete this entire 4 weeks curriculum. Hope you have understood the basic things. Let me just have a quick revision. You know now what is a variable, initialization, iterators, filtering, right? Data types, flowcharts, sanity of data means making sure your data is correct, your data is having proper valid data. Those things we call it as sanity of data. Fine, it should be reasonable, it should be logical, error should not be there, free from what we call it as false data and all. So those things and all you should take care of when data is processed. Apart from this, you also learned what is a flowchart, pseudocode. See, pseudocode is very important to us as far as computational thinking is concerned. The major difference between logical thinking and this computational thinking is what your brain does in order to do a job. Logical thinking where you primarily use some logic in order to corner a problem statement. So right now our focus is computational thinking. Whatever your brain does, you should be able to transfer that into a pseudocode and or a flowchart and algorithm, so that people can understand what you have done in order to get some data filtered or get some information from the required in given data. Okay. Now coming to the week 2, I hope you have understood what is a while loop, what is a for loop, if condition and all. So and also you understood the different operators, arithmetic operator, relational operator and logical operators, truth table and all you would have understood. Correct or not? Okay, coming to the third week. So here it talks about multiple iterations, non-nested, nested and all. That means you can have nested iterations, one iteration within another iteration. I'll show you that. And we also have something called as three price problem, procedure, parameter, side effects, R operator. So these are some of the things which you need to understand. So to quickly understand this, let me open up Eclipse for you. Let me show you here what exactly they all mean by. So first thing is, let me show you nested for loops, for loop within a for loop. For example, I can say for int I equal to 0, I lesser than 5, I plus plus. Now you know very well this loop runs for 5 times. Now if I want, I can also have another loop inside. See this, for int j equal to 0, j is lesser than 5, j plus plus. So what will happen is, now the inner loop will run 5 times for every time the for loop runs. So for loop runs 5 times, inner loop will run basically for one time, one outer loop, 5 times inner loop will run. So in total these loops will run 25 times, correct or not? So that's what it means, nested loops kind of stuff. So every time this loop runs, fine, this loop will run, fine, many times depending on the condition you have specified. So here let me do a small program here. So I would like to give some star here, asterisk, and without printing a new line, and after every inner for loops execution, I would like to give a new line. So I'm just trying to decorate the output. See what happens here. You can see the output. You are able to get this. So a square cat. So you can see 25 times. So inner loop is running 5 times, outer loop is running every time 5 time will run. So outer loop runs 5 times, means inner loop will run totally 25 times. We can do some mischievous things and all here. I can say j equal to I. J is j is greater than 0, sorry, lesser than 0. So first time it is 0, right? So let me say j minus minus, fine, let's say like this. Now see the loop what it does. Super, right? This is called Pascal's triangle in programming. See, what is happening is the outer loop runs once, so I value is allocated to j, that means 0 is allocated. So 0 is not greater than 0, so this loop does not run first time. That's the reason first time it is nothing is there. Now second time the I value is 1, so I is assigned to j 1. 1 is greater than 0, then I minus minus, so one time star will get printed. Once minus minus happen, 0 is not greater than 0, so it comes out. Second time the value of I will be 2, so j value becomes 2. 2 is greater than 0, print star once, and then again j becomes 1, prints the next star, then j becomes 0, comes out. So and that way it goes on, right? So a small nested for loop. Okay, the next thing I would like to show you here is like see, in programming or in any job, when we have something called as procedures, we normally have them called as functions also. When we define a job, we define using functions. We say this function is done by this person, this, we call this as modularization. For example, I can declare a function like this. Don't go more into programming, just understand what a function is. So here I have a function. I'll remove this for loop because that is over, right? Nested loops is over. Now I have a add method, and if I want I can call add. So this way add method will be called. So the logic pertaining to add will be added into this add method. Similarly, I can have one more procedure function, all are same. Public static void find del, or rather let's say subtract. So these are two functions or two procedures. Getting that? Fine. And procedures can have parameters, like for example int I, int j, and this can do the addition if you want, I plus j logic. So when you have parameters, you need to pass arguments. So this is called argument and this is called parameter. So in general works, like we separate the full job into multiple functions or multiple procedures. Each procedure will be having some input parameters. Those input parameters are passed as arguments. So this 1020 is called argument, whereas this is called parameters. Making sense, guys? So if I run, basically this is going to get called and the values are getting passed. So 10 is passed to I, 20 is passed to j. Getting that? Now get back to the PPT. So multiple iteration is over, procedure is over, parameters is over. Fine. Side effects. See, of course there is something called side effect. That means if I am going to call a procedure, now the effects which are going to happen outside may or may not affect the procedures. So sometimes it may affect, sometimes it may not affect, based on what kind of logic I am using. For example, see here, let's say I have I have x equal to 10, and here I pass x. So here comes, fine, the value. Cool. So in case if before calling this, if I want, I can change the value. Like for example, let's say I declare this outside, global value we call this as outside all the methods. See, fine. Now this global variable, let's say this guy changes. So this guy changes here, x equal to 30. Okay, this guy changes this. So what will happen is when I call, I don't need to pass like this also. I can directly read this. because it's available from outside. So 20 will be passed, 30 will be from here. See this? Now what I do is, here I change the value to 100, and here I say see here I declared x 10, so not needed here. So what will happen, 10 plus 20, 30 will come. Not just 30, it is changing the value of x to 100. So subtract me, it won't be value 10. Now subtract me, the value will be 100. 100 minus m, which is 10, it will come as 90. See this? See, this is a problem, right? Sometimes, because you have a global variable, and the global variable values are changed somewhere, means the changes will be reflected in every place. I'll tell you in simple terms, guys. My father goes to office. Now he serves all of us. Right? Our father goes to office. He takes care of mommy, he takes care of your brother, sister, you and all. One day if father having some problem, like he gets upset. Fine. Now when he comes home, now that you all can see that upsetness, right? Correct or not? Or if you have two brothers, you have got good marks. Now your brother has got less marks. Now you can see his upset face, and your brother also can see his upset face, because both are sharing the same resource. So that's the risk which is involved when working with data. When data is like globally declared, changes made to the global data will affect all the people who are using the data. That's what exactly what we wanted to convey. Getting that? So unexpected changes that occur outside the procedure's main task, like altering global variables, can affect the local procedures. Got it, guys? And OR operator you have already seen. Okay. Three price problem is another big thing which we already discussed in the class also, but for people who didn't attend it, see, in game shows and all, TV game shows, you would have seen a anchor will have three boxes, and he will say one box has a price, and he'll ask you to choose. Now you have to choose one box. So let's say A, B, C, three boxes are there. The price is in C. You select A. Now the anchor will break the box which is B. So he will say, because anchor knows where the price is, so purposefully he will break the B. So he will say C price is not there. Then he'll ask you, do you want to change the decision from A to C? Now the mathematics and statistics people have done this three price problem 100 times, and they found out, first time when you take the decision, the probability of you winning is 1/3, 1 out of 3. But second time when you take a decision, the probability of you winning is 2/3, or 1/2, half. So the mathematicians are telling, always better you change the decision. So by doing this experiment 100 times, they found out 30 times, 1/3 of the time, they are winning if they don't change the decision. But they are winning if they change the decision 2/3 times. So that is what three price problem is all about. Got it? Am I making sense? So this is like another like how you manage data, how you manage probability. That's what the IIT wanted to teach you in this. The last one is week 4, where we talked about nested iteration. Already we have spoken. Binning. Now binning is a very interesting thing. Please understand. Binning may, what we do is we split the task and we get the job done in a easier way. We find a critical path basically. See, simple sense may, if I ask you, let's say there are 10 people and there are 10 racks. One rack has the book which you want. Now will all the 10 people search in the same one rack? No way, right? So what we'll do is 10 people will split the task, evenly between find themselves, and each one will search in one rack. So what is possible in 1 hour now can be done in 5 minutes, because 10 people are there. So one rack will take 5 minutes, means at a time all the 10 people are accessing those racks, means in 5 minutes somebody will find the book. So this is what we called as binning. We are having the thing divided and conquered. So binnings there are three types of binning: fixed with binning. Right now the example which I showed you is fixed with binning. Fine. Dynamic binning is also there, where we can choose depending on our own design patterns, our data patterns. Fine. How you want to dynamically change, based on that also you can. So this is what exactly we have in this 4 weeks of session, guys. See, it's not a big deal, already I have shown you. Now all I suggest you is go through the material. I'll now again post it. Now have a look at it, understand this, and try to do more research on each and every topic. In the next video what I will do is I will show you the previous year's question paper, which I will solve 10-15 questions. So that will give you a fair idea on this entire computational thinking. Believe me guys, a little bit of effort can definitely make you pass in this subject with flying colors. The next is we have English, that also I will pass it on to you, and after that we'll have maths and statistics lectures also given to you. So in the 2-3 days time, all the lectures will be reaching you. Apart from this, book will also be ready. So I'll let you know about the book detail, cost and all. That also you can order and you can study. That is ours is the first IIT BS cracker book entire India mein. So that you can purchase from us. I'll give you the information later. Thank you guys, all the best.